Our team several weeks ago reached out to the Trump organization and reached out to the Harris organization, Vice President Harris, President Donald Trump, and offered the ability to sit down and have a discussion about ideas, because I'm sick and tired of all the mudslinging. I'd like to talk about ideas, and because I think ideas are worth fighting over and arguing about. And if you want to sit down and talk about ideas and do a long-form interview, the Harris camp has our request. The last word we got was under review. So not been a yes, not been a no from them, but I flew to New York, and at this time yesterday, I was in Trump Tower interviewing President Donald Trump for an hour, and or for 35 minutes anyway, ended up being. Went a little quicker than we thought it was going to go. But just to sit down and to talk about ideas and so forth, and it was fun. It was interesting. I've never done anything like that. I've interviewed presidents or past presidents before, but obviously he is a different one, especially in front of a microphone, because he knows microphones and production. He's been on TV for years, and he's very cognizant of what he's doing. It's very interesting. So it was fun. It was very interesting. You get a different thing off of. My contention is this, that anyone that hates someone is just, there's a few people you should hate. Hitler, okay? But he's not Hitler. And there's a few people, you if you want to hate him, you can hate him. But I got to tell you, if you dislike someone's positions on things, if you spend an hour with them and just listen to them and find out their heartbeats and that they love their kids, it's hard to be a racist if you spend time with people of a different color. It's hard to be a sexist if you spend time with high-performing people of the opposite sex. It's hard to hate people when you spend time with them. That's my theory. So, and that was my attempt at doing this. So it may be boring as crud to some of you. We had a good time with it. Yeah. And I think you'll laugh some, and I think you'll hear some things when the interview comes out that you didn't expect. But I also don't think there's anything in there that's like breaking news. I don't think Dave Ramsey has got a scoop for sure. We got exactly what he wanted us to get. Sure. Because he's a pro. You're not going to get something he didn't want you to get. And they did not ask to review the questions in advance. Actually, an hour before, the social media guy got nervous and said, "Can I see the questions?" But not Trump's staff. The social media guy was worried about what was going to end up on social media, because they're very cognizant of the power of social media. So anyway, it's fun. So here's the deal. It will come out on the Ramsey Network app, which is a free download for your phone or your computer. And it will come out Tuesday on the Ramsey Network app, and on Wednesday we'll put the interview out long form on all of our podcast channels and our YouTube channels, completely free. All of it's free either way. There's no hook in this. There's nothing else. But it was I do a lot of stuff behind closed doors and go to high security situations. I've never seen security like this in my life. It was unbelievable.
Well, I saw there was a tweet that went out that was like, Iran's trying to kill me and he'll never get me and I'm surrounded by missiles and whatever, right as whatever wild tweet was going out. Well, I mean, right as you were walking in.
Just getting in front of that building, getting into that building, going up an elevator in that building, going into a certain room in that building where the president's going to appear later. It's an interesting process. It's especially with all the crap going on with him in particular. But they are doing their job. That's for sure. It's
well, I want to say this on behalf of. I don't have a normal job, right? I'm a YouTuber, as my son says, and a radio host. I don't have a normal job, but. On behalf of, like, you say this often, if everything was just to go away, you and Sharon are going to be fine, right? Like, if some big economic correction, you and Sharon are going to be fine. You don't owe anybody any money, and you've done well. We were in a meeting the other day, and I appreciate, as a guy who's just a regular guy. I had to go talk to my neighbor yesterday over something that happened with my dog. I'm trying to figure out how to get my yard mowed before it rains.
You too?
Yes. I'm just as a regular guy living in a neighborhood. In a meeting the other day, you said what you just said. I want to double click on it. I'm sick of everybody just throwing mud at each other. And every day you come to work, you're the only CEO in America that I know of that still spends 3 hours a day with their front end customer, listening to hurting people all day. Like, I want to get some real answers to some real questions, and I want to give both camps an opportunity just to say, okay, here's how I'm actually going to help people with eggs. Here's how I'm going to help people with like the cost of. It's just hard in life right now.
Yeah, it is.
And so, thank you for being somebody who at least wants to say, I'll use my platform to speak up on people who are hurting because I talk to them every day, and y'all apparently don't because nobody's talking about them, right?
Right.
And so, I appreciate you being willing to do that.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, obviously we're catching hell.
Of course. Well, everybody will catch hell for everybody.
All the anti-Trump people are just raining acid on our parade, but that's fine. I mean, this is not an endorsement of anybody. I do not worship. I'm not starstruck. I'm not. It's not because I'm arrogant or something. I've just been doing this crap a long time, and these people are interesting to me though, because the type of person that plays at that level is very interesting to me. The level of energy that they have. I mean, he's 78 years old. He spoke in North Carolina like 2 hours before he was in Trump Tower in front of our cameras. I mean, he doesn't stop. I mean, where is he getting all this energy? I'd be worn out, and I'm 64. But yeah, and he's shorter than I thought he was. I thought the guy was massive, didn't you? You have the impression that he's like 6'6" or something. He's not.
No?
He's just a little bit taller than me.
Than you?
Than me.
And you're just a little bit taller than George Campbell. You're way taller than George.
Yeah, careful.
You're way taller.
Everybody's taller than George Campbell. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting. That kind of stuff is interesting to me. So our first question, I'll go ahead and preview it. I just said, okay, Mr. President, we talk to real people every day. Let me tell you what they're concerned about. They're not concerned about a bunch of the stuff you're talking about. The stuff they're concerned about, $7 eggs, $5 gas, 7% interest rates, and house prices going up faster than their wages are going up. This black cloud that's over our economic situation right now. And we can talk about how it got there. We can talk about what you used to do. You can talk about the current administration, but I don't really want to. What I want to talk about is what you're going to do in the first 90 days to get this black cloud off of America.
Right.
And that was my first question. Yeah. So, and I'll ask Vice President Harris this exact same question if I get the opportunity.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it's all couched with, we're still going to show up and tell Americans, you can't wait on them.
Yeah.
Like, you got to control what's in your house.
And by the way, if you're out there and you're angry and you're never going to deal with Ramsey again because I interviewed Donald Trump, good. Leave. I'm fine with that. You're narrow-minded and too stupid to talk to. You need to learn to engage ideas and engage things that make you uncomfortable. So good. If you're angry because I might talk to Vice President Harris and you're going to leave and never listen to us again, good. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you. We'll miss you. Brought to you by the Ramsey Network app. Download today to go further with Ramsey.